Welcome to the Please Subscribe show. I provided you my PayPal QR, so please be a channel supporter and support my channel. Enjoy the show. So the scene that I'm adding is going to stick out a little bit. It's been like, what's up with that? This is a massive project. Okay, but let me explain something. And we're going back to Grace and then the sequel. But there's going to be a scene where, like, an A.D.W.C guy, you know, a relocation manager, shows up, and there's two of them, and it's very odd. So these would be like oddball actors. This could start a whole career for them. Okay, and they knock on the door and they leave a flyer and walk off. But they leave telltale signs because there's actually another group of people that are hunting werewolves. And Gerald Oldman III and John Blacksmith don't even know about them. And neither do we in the first episode. We just know there's a sequel where these two salesmen, door-to-door salesmen, which are basically relocation managers for like A.D.W.C or something, they knock on the door to this ranch, which is Grace lived in, and leave him a flyer because they're actually investigating. They also, too, think he's a werewolf. You just don't figure this out until the sequel. So this is kind of a scene where it happens, something weird about it. Maybe there's something kooky happens, and we can leave that, so then later we can circle around and put that into the sequel. That they're part of this werewolf team. It's not the same as Gerald Oldman and John Blacksmith. They're kind of rogue hunters, a little bit well known on YouTube. Now, there are monster hunters on YouTube. Okay, there's people that take it serious. So they take it serious as well, only they come across something for real. This is very Jaws. It's very much kind of like Jaws, only you don't see the werewolf until the end. And you only see that, you know, she's like half werewolf kind of thing. All right? Just want to make that note. Don't want to overwhelm you with too much information. Actors that I wanted to be using, of course, Bradley Cooper, maybe me if they let, you know, if I get to play Grace, maybe Linda if she accepts it. I don't know if she will. I'll have to talk her into it, maybe. Gary Oldman, of course. Gerald Oldman III was written for him. You know, I wrote that role for him, or him in mind. I wanted to throw it at Post Malone to see if he might look at it eventually. And trying to think. I'm going blank right now. Oh yeah, for some reason Bob Balaban got in my head. It could easily also be Wallace Shawn too. It doesn't have to be Bob Balaban. I wanted to actually use Wallace Shawn in another scene in the feed store. He was a feed store manager. That's right, I remember now. It's amazing how I remember. Yes, I wanted to use Wallace Shawn. I think it'd be great as the feed store manager, working alongside, thank you, Carr, working alongside Jim Carrey. So it'd be Wallace Shawn and Jim Carrey cast I would want them cast in the feed store sequence. Now I know this doesn't always come true because Anne Rice did not want Tom Cruise, or I heard Anne Rice didn't want Tom Cruise in Interview with a Vampire. I don't know for sure. She wanted someone else, but I think Tom Cruise pulled it off, and I also think Brad Pitt did pretty good. It wasn't, you know, wasn't like their best stuff, but it was dang good. But this is like Bob Balaban and Jim Carrey kind of working side by side. No, I'm sorry. I messed that up. Sorry. Jim Carrey and Wallace Shawn working side by side in the feed store sequence. If we can get Wallace Shawn in there, I just love it. I know he was at the actor studio when I was there too. When we were at the new school. And he's all over this script. I think he should be. But the feed store stuff is great. Hopefully get Carrey in there. It'd be so funny if it actually worked out, because one of Jim Carrey's extras actually would cast him. And we're gonna look at some lights up this way. Yeah, it's so ironic because, like, in the interviews, this is one of Jim Carrey's, you know, extra actors that came back with a script and pulled him on board. That is legendary alone, and will become historical probably. You know, maybe if he accepted. Of course, Carrey is like the new Charlie Chaplin. You know, one of the greatest comedians of all time. Right next to Robin Williams. But this role would be good for him. It's a dorky feed store kind of dorky guy. You know, Jim Carrey once worked in a factory. You know,
This guy like loads his feed store kind of stuff. I think it's already kind of like in his body. He'd be able to pull it off. It'd be really funny. He also eats dog food in it. We don't have to really eat the dog food. We can get some fake stuff. But if Carrie wants to really eat dog food, that's fine. We can try that. I ate cat food one time in the scene. But anyway, this is just some ideas. I'm throwing them out. Linda thinks I'm delusional. Maybe so. I'm aware of that. But it's still being written down. So, and like what actor, I mean not actor, but what writer isn't delusional, you know? Same with some of the actors too. You know, some of them make themselves delusional. They're like, well, I better be delusional. I mean, if I'm not delusional, what's going on? You know, sure, why not? You know, it works for the script. Anyway, we got a passing car coming up here. My goodness, Mr. Race Car SUV. I mean, all in all, it is a vlog, but the story's still there. You know, years from now, this could be scraped up and used in something, you know? And what writers didn't talk and recorders, you know, you see that one Woody Allen movie, you know, where he's playing the writer and he talks in that little digital recorder, or it's like a little miniature tape, maybe a tape cassette recorder thing that he has with him. What movie was that? I'm trying to think which that was. I should know this stuff. I know I have a few friends that would know it. But anyway, regardless, Woody Allen did that. But anyway, this is just an idea. You know, I have to have these things. They make me happy. You know, just like some people have to paint. And then I have to talk about it, make a vlog about it, set it up on YouTube. Now look at this over here. Isn't that great? All these lights. It reminds me of a sci-fi film. The lights on. Doesn't it look like a sci-fi film or something? Like a David Fincher sci-fi film or something. I didn't know David Fincher did Aliens 3. And that's the one I didn't like the most. But I do like Alien 2. I like James Cameron's, and I like the original Alien. That's my favorite, probably Ridley Scott's by far. It's amazing. Sigourney Weaver, what a powerhouse actress. You know, we don't have actresses like Sigourney Weaver anymore. Maybe I could throw her in the werewolf movie too. She's getting a little bit older, and Jamie Lee Curtis might as well join too. I don't know. I don't know the sequel. It's going to be a huge cast. I love this stuff. The Barksville stuff is like a whole town. They all almost become werewolves. But you get into the whole thing where it's kind of almost normal, you know, like they schedule feedings and stuff like this. You know, like True Blood has like a little bit of effect on me. I was forced by my first wife to watch many episodes of True Blood, and that had a very big quirkiness, and it was about vampires, and I think they did throw in werewolves as well. But anyway, True Blood did very well. It did very well. I loved it. But this, you know, I mean, that was a very creative story, but that's probably having an effect a little bit on Grace as well. You know, werewolves that schedule like times when they're going to go out, and they have to schedule around the moon. You know, they all know the phases of the moon very well. Things like that. You know, there's a lot of stuff that we can toy around with. I like the whole phases of the moon. Although I don't know if I've put it in a lot of that in there. Not too much, you know, because you do too much, then it's information overload. I know, kitty. I know. All right. Did mommy feed you, kitty? Hello? You asleep again? Are you sleeping?
Yes.
I'm gonna turn this back on. All right, so we're gonna do 2 pages of Grace. I know it's early, we're in August, but I just want to do 2 pages because we're gonna be vlogging the whole thing in October, not all at once, but we're gonna get to that. Okay, there we go. That's a lot better. All right, we got some information about the hen. The hen was 10 or 15 years old, 10-year-old hen.
No, the hen is 10 years old.
It died.
She stole. No, he passed away.
It was a pet. My
She
mom
passed
does
away.
a farm sanctuary.
She stole it from a friend. She stole it from a...
So my mom's a chicken thief.
She's a chick.
So you stole the chicken, Mom?
Yeah, she wasn't feeding it. She wasn't giving it water. When I went
People
over,
do this stuff.
Like when she got out of town, I'd go over to check on them. They were starving.
That's what happens when you're in your 60s.
Huh?
That's what happens when you're in your 60s.
There's a cleavage shot. I didn't mean to do it.
It was kind of a rescue theft thing, and Earl helped. What happened? We went out of town, and she wasn't taking care of them, and I thought...
Okay, my mom stole Manon. Manon was a stolen chicken. It lived 10 years and then passed away. She has a chicken farm, but it's basically a sanctuary. It's a chicken sanctuary. That's my mom on the phone.
Okay, hold on. Are you listening? Okay, so here's what happened. The day that it happened, she went out of town, and I was supposed to come over to help the goats and the chickens, okay? So I said to Earl, I said, those chickens are not, there's too many of them. She's got them cooped up. They're treated horrible.
Right there.
I said, I'm going to take 2 of them. So Earl went in. Her son was there. Listen, Earl helped. Her son was there, and her cat just had kittens. So Earl went in the house, and he said to Dieter, his name is Dieter. He said, Dieter, can I see the
That's
what they do earlier. The kitties, the kittens, and so he goes, "Oh yeah." So he took Earl to see. Well, he took Earl to see the kittens. I put the chicken under my
Your
coat
mom's a
in
chicken
the
thief.
car, and then I got another one and put it in there.
Wait, banana juice.
What? Anyway, I got 2 of them, put them under my coat, and then I said,
You
"Okay,
put
I
it under your
got
coat? Were you wearing a fur?
She put the chicken under her coat.
Yeah." And then we took them, and he goes, "I don't think Dieter saw anything. I had him show me the kittens." He was showing me the kittens. And here's another thing I did to that friend. We were still friends. I went over, and she had guinea pigs. She had 3 guinea pigs. 2 of the guinea pigs put out the other guinea pig's eye. I said, Dieter, what happened to
I've heard about this.
his eye? And he said, oh, the other 2, they don't like him, and they put out his eye. And his fur was all scratched up, and he was like dying. He looked horrible. So I picked up the guinea pig, and I took it home. And I told Carrie Lynn, I said, and she goes, why did you take my guinea pig? Why did you take my guinea pig? That was a birthday present. I said, Carrie Lynn, did you look at the guinea pig? And she goes, what do you mean? I'll look at it. And I showed it to her, and she goes,
Mom, try not to
God.
use names because this is going on the vlog.
She said, oh my God, when are you going to take it home? I said, right now. You know, so the poor little thing. And Earl and I nursed it back to health.
That's amazing, Mom. So my mom took the chicken
She stole
named
a
Manon
chicken.
and put it under her her coat. Earl helped her because she felt the chicken wasn't being treated correctly or wasn't being treated right. So she has a chicken sanctuary, so it's more than a farm. So she held the chicken there in the sanctuary for 10 years, and it recently passed away. So anyway, you can tell why I got involved in theater and drama and all this wonderful stuff. But it didn't happen in Fort Worth. They didn't have a farm in Fort Worth. They had to go to Maine to do it. I got to do the kitty box. You guys have enough information. This is a long vlog. We're not going to be able to get to Grace right now. I'm just going to have to send it to you if you want to read it. We're going to do a reading a little bit later. We're going to hold off on the reading right now. It's just too big of a vlog tonight. So we'll try to get to it tomorrow. All right? Good night. Okay, Mom, do that again for the vlog one more time.
Okay.
Choo, 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 chicken, chicken, choo.
I'm trying to learn it.
You are my
And
She's the chicken messiah. She saved a chicken.
my little chicks, my chicky choose, my choose, my chicky.
See why I got all the parts? Songs my mother never taught me. Now, this is the chicken song. The chicky chicky choo, chicky chicky choo, chicky chicky choo. Rah, rah, rah. So the rooster goes rah, rah, rah. Okay, got it. All right.
no, rooster's a male. This is a hen. It's a female.
The rooster goes rah, 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 rah. Okay.
But the hens are shaking their heads and turning their heads sideways like what?
You would have
I
been
hope it
great at
wasn't
the
for a
actor
man.
studio, Mom. You would have fit in. That was very funny. Very funny. All right, I'm seriously cutting here.
He opens the door, he starts crowing and tells them it's time to go out. And he chases them out. He chases them in, and he chases roosters really protect.
Okay, so the rooster waits until all the hens eat, and then the rooster eats. Then, if they stay out too long, he starts griping to bring them back into the hen house.
He gets them in the hen house to protect them, yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting observation, Mom.
Yeah.
So he waits for all the hens to eat, and then he eats.
And then he eats. He'll pick up food, or he'll point at it with his beak. He'll point at the food, and they run over and eat it. Or he'll actually pick it up, and then he'll walk over to a girl, and he'll drop it in front of her. So she
You mean
can
the
eat
hen?
it. Yeah.
The hen is a female.
A girl,
The
chicken
hen,
girl.
yeah, the hen will.
And he'll drop the food at the hen's feet.
So the male is taking care of the female. So the man is
Provides.
taking care of.
Right. He brings home the chicken bacon.
Providing for the girls. Yeah.
Pretty interesting. Okay, one more other story. This is the story mom's telling about the
weasel.
chickens. Okay. This is about a weasel. Go ahead.
Weasel got in and was trying to get some of the girls.
Here, hold it
And
like
he
this.
fought
Like that.
the weasel. There was
Just like that.
blood in the.
He
on
fought the weasel.
window.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Chickens
had-
will do that.
You know those things, those cones that they have on their head? The weasel ate off half of his cone because he fought the weasel off.
So he ate the cone. How is the chicken doing now?
Oh, they're dead. But I mean, he saved the chickens by fighting.
I know, but the rooster lost half his beak.
Yeah, he lost half of his little.
He sacrificed his own life to make sure the hens were okay by fighting off a weasel.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is interesting. It's observations of my mom and the chicken family. Now this is Manon. What are all the names of the chickens?
No, her name was Manon.
Oh, Manon. Okay, Manon. And then what are the other names?
Oh, Rochelle.
Rochelle, Manon.
Holly LaRock.
Holly the Rock. Mm-hmm.
Holly LaRock and Magpie.
Magpie.
Yeah, I should spell her name. M-A-G-G and then capital P-I-E.
Okay.
Magpie. And Beyonce is the
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Now I'm writing.
How to put a
I
black
was
name
writing
over
a
it.
children's story about squirrels, so I might could use some of that
Beyonce's a black name. She's
magpie, Beyonce.
Oh, come on.
What are the other ones?
Beyonce's beautiful. Now your mom's has sex. I say Beyonce's a black name. Anyways.
Beyonce, magpie.
All right, don't check everything.
Manoon.
Otherwise, I'm going to see it Maine.
Is it Manoon?
Oh.
How do you say it? Manon? Manon?
Manon.
Manon.
Actually, I have a friend that was named Manon, and it's an Italian opera.
Oh, I thought it was yeah, I knew it was Italian.
Manon is an Italian opera.
Yes, Italian
So
Manon.
you got an Italian hen. What does that mean, Italian?
There's Italian chickens. Italian hen house chickens. Manon, magpie, Beyonce, and what was the other one? Beyonce, magpie, Manon, and what?
And Chantal.
Chata?
There's Shakala. Hey, Shakala. A bunch of black people going around.
Okay, come on. We're in the middle of the vlog. Don't let me cut. Okay, now what was the other ones?
Shakala.
Okay.
Shakala.
Her name's Chantal.
Chantal.
Yeah, Chantal.
Okay, Chantal. Okay.
Where do you get these names from, Mom? Mom, can I ask you, where do you get these names from? Dead friends or something that you read in books or what?
Okay. Y'all have a good night. It's enough information for now. Okay, yeah, the rooster's name is Barnabas. There's Manon. Dark Shadows. Right. You know, Mom, I'm going to tell you something about Dark Shadows. Johnny Depp was in Dark Shadows in the movie at the time when I ran off to Bangor. I should call it Bangor because Stephen King. Okay, yeah, but I'm sure it has been called Bangor.
When I was a teenager,
Dark Shadows.
I loved Dark Shadows, and they were in Bangor, Maine, and I never thought I'd end up in Bangor, close to Bangor, Maine.
Yeah.
They lived.
They're supposed to be.
They were like vampires and werewolves and stuff, you know.
Yeah, that
It
was
a soap
Dark
opera.
Shadows.
Dark Shadows.
Dark
yeah.
Shadows.
And then they
Okay.
made a movie with Johnny Depp. And
Right.
Johnny
I
Depp-
saw that in Bangor. I saw it in Bangor.
Wow.
Yeah, I went there to Bangor. I didn't know it was from Bangor. I didn't know I didn't know the story came from the Bangor area.
Yes.
Yeah, but it did.
Yes.
So Dark Shadows, yeah, Johnny Depp was in it. I saw it in Bangor at the alternative theater, not at the mall, but the theater that's over kind of on the other side of town, kind of by the airport. Pretty cool.
Wow, you know another amazing movie I saw the other night
Yeah.
with Johnny Depp
Yeah.
was called what's it called? Black Mass or Dark
Yeah,
Mass?
Black Mass. Yeah, it's about Whitey Booglery. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty rough. Yeah.
I did not know that was Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
in the very
you can't
beginning.
tell. Well, you can tell, but the one you cannot tell. I'll tell you this. There's a movie Johnny Depp did that you cannot tell. You cannot tell it's him, and it's called Tusk. It's a Kevin Smith film. He doesn't even go by his name in it. He goes by some other name. But you'll have to see it. It's crazy.
Wow.
You can only tell that it's Johnny Depp through the eyes only. Not through the accent, not through the voice, not through the body or the face, just through the eyes.
What's it called?
It's called Tusk. It's very strange. Kevin Smith did it. It's kind of a horror film. It's kind of a comedy. It's very strange. But anyway, listen.
T-U-S-K?
T-U-S-K.
Oh, I'll have
Yeah.
to see it.
It's a
Because
Kevin
that
Smith
was
one, yeah.
Whitey Bulger.
Whitey Bulger, yeah, that one's called Black Mass. It's crazy. Yeah. There's a lot of Whitey stuff on YouTube, too. A lot of vlogs about him.
True story. He was in Boston.
Yeah, he was claimed to be the worst of them all.
Horrible.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe that was Johnny Depp.
Now, if you see the movie Departed by Martin Scorsese, Jack Nicholson's character is loosely based on Whitey.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was amazing in that movie.
Jack Nicholson, yeah. And Johnny Depp. All right, so one of the chickens, Manon, or Manon, is it Manon? Manon? Or Manon.
Manon.
Manon. Where did you get that name?
It's an Italian opera.
Oh, you already said that. Italian opera.
Yeah, the woman, the star is called Manon.
Manon. Okay.
Yeah, Manon.
All right.
I got it from a lady that I met out here in Abbott Village, and she named her daughter Manon. And her name was Carmen. Did you ever hear me talk about Carmen? She was also named after an opera.
Carmen is an opera, yeah.
And
Cool.
Manon's an opera.
Manon, yeah.
So I named
Manon.
my chicken
Okay.
after-
So Manon, and then there's another chicken's name it's a hen.
Holly La Rock.
Holly the Rock.
La Rock, like French.
Holly La Rock.
La Rock, yeah.
Where did you get that name?
Okay. I got that name from a decorator lady about 20 years ago. I used to watch her on TV, and she did a show called Homes by Design. And she was like a really good interior decorator. So
Okay.
I actually named a dog after her, Holly, and I named a chicken after her.
Okay.
I like her so much.
And then you have another chicken by the name, well, Barnabas is the rooster, but you have another hen.
Yeah, Barnabas is the rooster from Dark Shadows.
Right. Then you have another hen named Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Okay.
She's our little black girl, and
Okay.
Magpie's a little black
Okay.
girl.
Okay. And another name for another chicken?
Is Chantal.
Chantal?
We got from a funny show that was on the CW called Search Party.
Okay.
Searching for Chantal, about a missing girl named Chantal.
Chantal,
So we
okay.
named her, yeah.
And that was missing what?
A missing girl.
Where at?
Mystery. Well, it was a mystery story in New York City where a girl went missing and her name was Chantal. And they ended up finding her in Canada.
How many years ago?
It's not that long ago. It's not 5 years ago.
Did they find her alive?
Yeah, it's really a good show. If you ever see
Okay.
Search Party.
Search Party,
Yeah.
okay. You got it from some of them from television. Okay, got it. Then what was the name of the other chicken?
Let me see. Who else do I have? Let's see. Holly the Rock. Oh, Rochelle. If you ever watched Seinfeld, they were always
Seinfeld
going to
television. Rochelle.
Seinfeld. Rochelle the movie. Rochelle the musical.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
They always
right.
went to see a movie called Rochelle.
So all the chickens, a lot of them are named after television stuff.
Yeah.
Television things. And operas.
So,
And operas.
television
And
operas.
R&B, maybe hip hop. I don't know. What is Beyonce? She's kind of R&B, hip hop.
I forgot to tell you about Snooki.
Snooki. Snooki. I remember Snooki. Yeah, she was on Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Snooki, yeah.
And she had a little hairdo like Snooki, her little head stuck
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
And
Snooki.
she had a baby, and her baby was named Baby Snooki. So we had
Do you know
Snooki and
Linda's nickname I give her is Snickles.
Oh,
I call her
Snickles.
Snickles. Yeah.
Like Snooki. I like the
A
name.
little bit, but it's Snickles. It's kind of like Sneak and Nickels and Snickles.
Ah.
It's just a name. I don't know where I get it from. I used to call Sarah Schmidl. Yeah, don't know where that came from either. I think I had a few nicknames for Angel too. I just come up with these weird nicknames. Hers is Snickles. I call her Snickles. I call her that on the show.
Oh,
So,
I like
yeah.
that. Everybody loves your show, and they love Linda.
Well, you know, there are some people like Life with Aaron. I'm looking at his show. It's a community, you know. YouTube's like a community, so I like their shows, and there's a lot of real famous ones and everything. But hey, listen, Mom, I gotta get going. I'm gonna leave you on, but I'm gonna cut this off real quick. Hang on.
Okay,
Kitty, this area is not your area. You're not to play around over here. You can have the scratching pad, or that little circular scratch and cuddle, or the whale shark tunnel, or the cat condo, or you can crawl on Linda. But no, you're not to go over there to try to get your way so that you can get more cat food that you already have. Did you feed him?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you sure? Okay, she's saying that she's telling me that she fed you. Look at his tail, look at his ears. Because you're not telling the truth. Did you eat, Kitty? Did you feed him?
Yes, I did.
She's saying that she said that.
He wasn't hearing my story about my car catching on fire and the squirrels.
Okay. Do you want to hear the story about the squirrels in your car that caught aflame? Do you want to hear this, Kitty?
Yes.
Okay, he's looking in the whale shark tunnel. I think he's okay. If he gets too wild, I'm gonna have to feed him a little bit more to calm him down a little bit. Okay, Kitty? Okay? Okay. All right, I don't always do this. Linda has a story. Go ahead.
All right. So, I got an argument with my boyfriend, Chris, at the time. I were just on a drive-in. I had a bucket. It was a bucket, strawberry bucket, full of change. I just cleaned out the car. My car caught on fire. So my car caught on fire, and I grabbed it all at once at 4:10 a.m. in the morning. And then they wanted to tow my 91 Corolla, and I was kicking the curb. I'm like, oh, hell no, that ain't going on. Thanks.
Are we good?
Okay.
All right.
Now, talk about the squirrels.
The squirrels did get your car at Einstein Bagels.
Because I was staying with you. It's all your fault.
And they attacked your, what was it?
They put trash bags and my fuse box.
Yeah, they made a
and
nest
they
in
did
her
that stuff.
engine.
They made a nest.
That was the Mazda.
Yes, correct.
Is the Mazda what? Is it Mazda?
2009 Mazda, correct.
You have a 2009 Pontiac now.
Correct.
But this was a 2009 Mazda.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, the squirrels got in it, made a nest in her engine, and she had to get the squirrel spray. The spray that got rid of the squirrels.
But I still remember to this day my dad jumping on the car. Where's your fire extinguisher? Actually, my car caught on fire. My 91 Corolla. My dad was just like, where was the fire extinguisher? I was like, where did you pay your child support? Or stuff like that. It's just like, ugh. It's like, it's kind of just like, ugh. But my daddy did pick me up from Fort Worth. And I had a bucket of Pro Plan cat food full of change from tips from Sonic. I left the oven on, I think, in my mind. He didn't want me to be with my boyfriend at the time, and he took me from Dallas to Houston. So
Did you want to go in the condo, Kitty?
I give him high fives for that.
Okay, he wants to play. All right. Good job, Linda.
Speaking of that, we're going to talk about photography right now. What photography do you have when you went to high school? I had Blancs, which is actually in the old thingy of Plano Parkway in 75 and Plano. The area. I don't know how to say that.
I had glossies.
Yeah, glossies. Okay.
They were like
so,
headshots. I was an actor back then.
Correct, of course. And you still are.
It was very
hello, y'all. Give it back to me. Hello, y'all.
Yes.
No,
I'm also a director.
No. Ooh.
Yeah, if you're reaching for the camera, go ahead.
So anyways, so it was like, at the time, they have a Capizzi's. So my mom would take me all the time over there to get this really Italian cheese bread. And then we get a TGI Fridays. This is East Plano off 75 and Plano Parkway. They're shut. They already demolished it. Because they're making a big community, people, boardwalks and stuff like that. But us as a children in the 90s, We went to the mall. We got to see Sears. We got to see Mervyn's. We got to see all these situations.
Mervyn's.
Yeah. And the pet store and stuff. And Gadzooks and all that stuff. And now they're demolishing it because of marketing.
No, Amazon.
Amazon.
They don't have to go. They'll have it delivered to their door. They can vlog. They can live stream their shopping experience from their living room. Okay, we're gonna cut.
I want clothes that fit me. I'm sorry, I'm a size 10. I still old school. I want to go in and put on some clothes, make sure it fits. You think I want it to be? Do you think, Amazon? Do you think I want it to be delivered to make sure it fits my
Yeah, watch it.
My
Right, we understand.
my butt?
Right. This is
No,
not
I
Scott and
have no butt.
Right.
My belly. I'm a size 10. So you want me to do that and return it and put it in the mailbox to get lost?
Are you a
How many
size
times
14?
have we lost mail? How many times have we lost mail? How many times have we lost mail over here? No, that is not justified. I want to go to the mall like I did in the 90s. Is that so hard to do?
She puts the lotion in the basket. Or she gets the hose again. I'm just joking. I'm joking. I'm quoting Sons of the Lands.
All right, that's fine. Go ahead with Jodie Foster or whatever the heck you want to do.
Yeah, she is in it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to fit my clothes. I want to eat my clothes. And just be like in La La Land.
That's a good movie.
Well, I'm never going to have money being with you unless you subscribe to our PayPal account. I'm Linda. That's Cole.
Well, you
Welcome
have
to
to
Please
subscribe to the channel. Yes, we have a PayPal link to it.
Hey, Wally. Hey, Tony. How are you?
All right, we're going to go ahead and cut here.
I had 5 interviews today, and I don't know how it's going.
Oh, he did get in he finally got onto the second floor of his condo. Of his cat condo. Look at that. Okay, we'll get the light out of your eyes. Sorry about that.
My brother's 2 years, 9 months older, and he was living with his girlfriend, so I was on my own.
Pensacola and a number of rivers are in flood stage as well. Number 3 to 6
I didn't
inches
know
of
what to
rain
do.
within those scattered showers and
I couldn't
thunderstorms
figure it out.
will be a problem through tomorrow. Of course, we're not done with the tropics yet. We're now in the heart of hurricane season. We've got 2 other disturbances out there. One way out there has a really good chance of becoming at least
what's he
tropical,
doing?
if not a hurricane. But we don't have to worry about that
Maybe I
for quite
should
some time.
talk to
And that's
counsel
the
a
one
little bit
closer to
more.
Bermuda and the Turks and Caicos. 70% chance of that developing. But that
I got a counselor in 8th grade world history.
in part because of the front that's coming through the northeast right now. And because of that, we have a severe thunderstorm watch that's posted for much of eastern Pennsylvania.
Clarinet, we're in track. So what was the problem? How come anybody couldn't sit down and talk to me? How come anybody could sit down and talk to me?
Even through the New York and I-95 corridor.
I have no parents.
Summer-like heat has been fueling it. I know you felt this yourself, Kira. It'll be only slightly cooler tomorrow.
Good. Yeah, we will want the cool winds for sure. Rob Marciano, thanks. Well, turning now to those.
I'm so mad. My mom did not go to my all-city bass clarinet. That's 8th grade. Megan Hershey, her mommy can take me
Not
home.
only defending himself, but facing pressure from.
Couldn't go there. I qualified for it. But I couldn't go. So I didn't have a ride. Couldn't. Bass clarinet.